So here are the big questions that we need to ask ourselves. First of all, was there actually a criminal conspiracy to bring down the Ram Mandir? And if so, were top BJP leaders involved in it? This question will ultimately be answered by the courts. But there are questions as well that need to be looked at and discussed. If someone whips up mob frenzy, are they then responsible for what the mob subsequently does? And that's an important question these days when mobs are quite often being whipped up. And then, of course, there's another really important question that perhaps the judiciary and the legal system and the overall system needs to take a look at. Why does it take 25 years to deliver justice in a crucial matter like this? Now, we're going to be discussing all aspects of this over the next 20-25 minutes. GVL Narasimha Rao, BJP spokesperson, is going to be with us. Zafriab Jilani, member of the All India Muslim Personal Law Board, very closely associated with the fight out there. Jai Bhagwan Goel, somebody whom I spoke to a little, had spoken to at Ayodhya, said that he was one of the people who led the attack on the Babri Masjid. Javeed Shergill is with us from the Congress Party. And Soli Sorabji is joining us now, former Attorney General of India. Sudhindra Kulkarni is going to be with us as well. But let me start with you first, Mr. Sorabji, before I come to the more political discussion. The third aspect of what I said, why does the system take so long? A case like this with such major ramifications, and it's not only this case. Take a look at 1984. You can take a look at, so many other instances like this. It's 20, 25, 30 years will pass and the trial isn't completed.
Yes, Vikram, it's unfortunate. But these delays are intrinsic in the system. It's not in this case alone. It shouldn't happen, but did happen. And the very fact that now they are going to be tried does not mean they are guilty. All that the Supreme Court has done is order the court to try the case of conspiracy given the conspiracy. And we have to await the outcome of the trial, outcome of the judgments. But of course, I agree with you that after so many years, it should happen is something regrettable. But as I said, unfortunately, it's inherent, this sort of delays in the system.
If I could just ask you, sir, your interpretation of the Supreme Court verdict and what that means now for the court. So, L.K. Advani, Murli Manohar Joshi, others are going to be tried now on charges of criminal conspiracy. But this could still be another 5 years, 10 years, 15 years before it reaches some sort of finality. Isn't that the case?
No, I don't think so. I think the Supreme Court has, if I'm mistaken, ordered the trial should be done expeditiously within a certain time. And that, I suppose, may be done. There are not going to be any adjournments unless there are good reasons for it. And so the trial will go on. No need to expect it to go on for 5-10 years. I'm sure it won't be that long.
Well, of course, there will be appeals that will happen after that. So that's why I'm saying it could take time. One last question, sir, before I allow you to go. There's a slight technical question now about some of the people. Uma Bharti is a minister in the government. What's going to be her status right now? The question of Mr. Kalyan Singh, of course, is governor, so he can only be tried after he steps down. What do you think should happen here? Is there a moral obligation or a legal obligation for them to step down given what the Supreme Court has said?
No, I don't think so. Unless they're found guilty, the mere fact that they're going to be tried doesn't mean that they're guilty. And I don't think there is a moral obligation to step down. We'll have to await the outcome of the trial and what the court concludes. Of course, Kalyan Singh has immunity, which Uma Bharti doesn't have, others don't have. But I think it would be stretching too far to say that mere initiation of criminal proceedings obliges the people to step down without being proved guilty.
All right, Soli Sorabji, thank you so much, sir, for joining us with that perspective. GVL Narasimha Rao, Sudhindra Kulkarni, Zafriab Jilani, and Javeed Shergill are with us. Before I come to Jai Bhagwan Goel, let me just quickly get you in. GVL Narasimha Rao, there have been meetings that have been taking place at the BJP at the senior-most level. Uma Bharti was stopped from going to Ayodhya. I also understand Amit Shah has told L.K. Advani that the party stands behind him. What has been the full reaction of the party to what has happened in the Supreme Court today, and what line is the party going to take going forward?
No, Vikram, I think the BJP always felt that there was no case against any of our top leaders. So I think though the Honorable Court has put them on trial, we are confident that they will emerge completely unscathed. So I think and the party has already made its position clear on that.
Okay. Zafri Abjalani, your reaction to what the Supreme Court has said, you heard me asking the question about the fact a large period of time has gone, but are you now fairly confident that the trial will proceed fast and expeditiously in this manner?
Yes, I do feel that after the judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court, and especially after the observations made by the Honorable Supreme Court regarding the delay, now the CBI will try its best to conclude the trial within the given period, and the judge, session judge who is trying the case, he will also ensure that now CBI is not in a position to take adjournments like the past in which it has been taking adjournments, and now the CBI will not be waiting for the instructions from PMO, but now the CBI will be bound by the observations of the Honorable Supreme Court, and the trial is likely to finish within 2 years, as the Supreme Court has directed.
All right, Sudhindra Kulkarni, wanted to get your sense of how you think Mr. Advani would be reacting to all this. I'm sure you and he have spoken on this matter at great length over the last 25 years. How did Mr. Advani view what specifically happened? I mean, we heard him saying it was a sad day. He said that he didn't want the demolition actually to happen, but then he was the person who was the face of the Ram Janmabhoomi movement, which led then to the demolition. Mr. Kulkarni, can you hear me?
If you go by the facts on record, which are irrefutable and which have been placed before the court, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can. Carry on.
Hello?
Carry on, Mr. Kulkarni. We can hear you.
I'm saying that if you go by the facts on record, which are irrefutable, there is no doubt whatsoever that whenever this trial is completed, Advaniji will come out innocent, free of all charge of criminal conspiracy. He had no hand whatsoever in any conspiracy to demolish the Babri Masjid. He has stated soon after the sad event, condemnable event, that it was the saddest day in his life. Even when the masjid was being demolished, he had been appealing to Kar Sevaks to stop because they were indulging in an illegal act. And therefore, even the charge against him of criminal conspiracy is unfortunate, but anyway, this is a judicial matter. The other thing I would like to say is that 25 long years after the incident, if the case is revived, it is a self-indictment of the entire judicial system. What was
I'm going to throw that question. I'm going to throw that question to Jaivir Shergill. I'm going to throw that question to Jaivir Shergill. Jaivir, your sense of what the court has said today, and at the end of the day, the UPA was in power for a large period of this time, and you also didn't expedite any trial or expedite any hearings in this matter.
Vikramji, firstly, today I am reminded of a very famous Hindi movie dialogue, कानून के हाथ बहुत लंबे होते हैं. Today's judgment is definitely a case of justice delayed but not denied. And let me put it, a political party or a government has zero influence or interference in the matters when it comes to expediting criminal cases or the trial of the cases. But as a lawyer, I must tell you, the fact that today Supreme Court has ordered for them to be included in the trial reflects that there is a prima facie case and very strong credible evidence. Otherwise, at the stage of framing charges, the court always evaluates this prima facie case and the evidence. Now, what befuddles me and also worries me is the reaction of the BJP leaders post this judgment. Now, on one hand, you have Ms. Uma Bharti who's sounding defiant. She says, "Jo kiya khulle khullam khulla kiya," but behind closed doors, she pleads ignorance. You have Vinay Katyar who says there's a CBI conspiracy against me. But what they're forgetting is ultimately it's not the CBI or the Congress party, it is the Supreme Court which has expedited this trial.
Okay, I just want to go across to somebody who actually has perhaps more details than all of us on what actually happened on the 6th of December. Jai Bhagwan Goyal, who was then the head of the Shiv Sena in North India. somebody who in an interview to me in 1992 actually admitted that yes, he was the person who was one of the people who led the attack on the Babri Masjid and was an instrumental person there. Subsequently spent some time in prison as well for that interview and for his other statements. जय भगवान गोयल जी, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आप हमारे साथ हैं. एक तो मैं बस जानना चाह रहा था, इस मामले में आपके खिलाफ भी ट्रायल चल रहा है, आपको गिरफ्तार भी किया गया था, उसका अभी स्टेटस क्या है? वो कितनी जल्दी से चल रहा है वो ट्रायल?
देखिए, सीबीआई कोर्ट में लखनऊ में केस चल रहा है. हफ्ते में 3-4 दिन सुनवाई हो रही है. बराबर हमारे वकील जा रहे हैं, पेश हो रहे हैं. बीच बीच में जब भी कभी कोर्ट कहता है हमें भी लखनऊ जाना पड़ता है, हम जाते हैं. केस प्रगति की ओर आगे बढ़ रहा है. ये स्टेटस है केस का.
आप अच्छा, आपने कई महीने आपने जेल में भी बिताए हैं, पर अभी आपके केस में भी कोई फाइनल फैसला नहीं हुआ है. 25 साल गुजर गए, लीवरेंस कमीशन ने बहुत
कोई फाइनल फैसला नहीं हुआ है. मेरा तो ये मानना है कि 30 सितंबर 2010 को इलाहाबाद हाई कोर्ट की 3 जजों की बेंच जब ये फैसला दे चुकी है कि जिस जगह का विवाद है वो जगह सिर्फ राम जन्मभूमि है, तो उसके बाद तो ये केस अपने आप ही खत्म हो जाना चाहिए. मगर न जाने किन कारणों से आज भी सीबीआई उस केस को चला रही है, ये समझ के बाहर है.
ये नहीं, केस कुछ और है. केस है कि जो हुआ था उस दिन वो गलत हुआ था, एक तरह से कंस्पिरेसी थी, षड्यंत्र की बात चल रही है. तो मैं आपसे पूछना चाहूंगा, आपको पता होगा, क्या वहां षड्यंत्र था बाबरी मस्जिद को गिराने के लिए और उसके पीछे कौन था?
देखिए, कोई षड्यंत्र नहीं था. 500 साल का हिंदुओं के माथे पे लगा हुआ वो कलंक था. श्री राम जन्मभूमि मंदिर के ऊपर बाबरी नुमा ढांचा बाबर के महामंत्री मीर बांकी ने बना दिया था.
जय भगवान गोयल जी,
हिंदुओं को चिढ़ाने के लिए, हिंदुओं की भावनाओं को
जय भगवान गोयल जी, इतिहास हम जानते हैं. जय भगवान गोयल जी, इतिहास हम जानते हैं, क्या हुआ, आपकी राय क्या है वो भी हम जानते हैं. सवाल जो मैं पूछ रहा हूं कि 6 दिसंबर 1992 में क्या हुआ, उसके पीछे उस समय एक षड्यंत्र था कि नहीं था? क्या आपने एक योजना बना के गए थे आप उसको गिराने के लिए?
देखिए, 6 दिसंबर को कार सेवा रखी गई थी. लाखों देश भर के नौजवान युवा साथी जो राम भक्त थे, जो राष्ट्रवादी थे, जो हिंदुत्ववादी थे, वहां इकट्ठे हुए थे. उनमें मैं भी एक था और मैं अपने सैकड़ों लोगों के साथ शिवसेना उत्तर भारत प्रमुख के नाते वहां पहुंचा था. हम लोगों का भाव था कि 500 साल का कलंक मिटना चाहिए और इसको मिटाने के लिए कुछ भी करना पड़े हम करेंगे. और हम लोग भी उस दिन पूरी तैयारी से गए थे कि ढांचे को गिराना है. और मेरी तरह ही और भी लाखों लोग पूरी तैयारी से गए थे. जो नौजवान थे, युवा थे, हिंदुवादी थे, वो चाहते थे कि 76 बार हो चुकी हैं अब तक इस राम मंदिर के लिए, 5 लाख लोग बलिदान हो चुके हैं. अब ये ढांचा टूटना चाहिए, गिरना चाहिए. इसलिए लोगों का भाव था, लोगों में श्रद्धा थी, लोग चाहते थे कि 500 साल कलंक ये गिरा दिया गया.
जय भगवान गोयल जी, आप उस विचार से वहां गए थे, वो तो बात तो स्पष्ट है. अब अडवाणी जी जिनके खिलाफ ये मुकदमा चलने वाला है, मैं इसलिए आपसे बात करना चाह रहा था, वो क्या कर रहे थे उस दिन 6 दिसंबर 1992 में? अडवाणी जी क्या आपको रोकने की कोशिश कर रहे थे? वो क्या कह रहे थे? क्योंकि उन्होंने कहा है कई बार मैंने कोशिश करी थी, मैंने अपील किया था कि आप जैसे लोगों को रोका जाए.
देखिए, जो बड़े नेता थे, सारे नेता कार सेवकों को रोकने का प्रयास कर रहे थे. सारे नेता, जो बड़े नेता थे, वो कार सेवकों को रोकने का प्रयास कर रहे थे. मगर जो कार सेवक थे वो सारे हिंदुत्ववादी थे. हर कार सेवक के अंदर हनुमान जी की शक्ति आ चुकी थी और कोई भी कार सेवक ढांचा गिरवाने के सिवाय कोई बात सुनने को तैयार नहीं था. और जिसका मैं साक्ष्य हूं कि हम लोगों ने, हमारे साथियों ने मिलकर के 6 दिसंबर को ढांचा गिराया था.
आपके विचार 25 साल में नहीं बदले हैं, वो बात तो स्पष्ट है. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आप हमारे साथ थे.